Hi, welcome to today's class. Hi, welcome to today's class. I believe you have been enjoying the classes. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications on this channel. Please, if you haven't been following the classes, please go back to my previous videos. The link is up at the top of this screen here. Please go back and check those videos so that you can have a full understanding of what JavaScript is about. Alright? So today we'll be looking at type conversion, how to convert types in JavaScript. Okay, so most of the time, operators and functions automatically convert the values given to them to the right type. Okay, but for example, let's say for example now, alert that we have been using. Okay, alert that we have been using. This is alert here. Automatically convert any value to a string to show it. Okay, so I want to see how do we convert from one data type to another data type? How do we convert from one data type to another data type? Okay, let's take the first one. How to perform a string conversion. Okay, how do we perform a string conversion? So let's take, for example, I have this text. Let's say let value is assigned false. All right, let value is assigned false. Now, how do we know what kind of data type is false that is stored in value? How you can know is quite easy. Simply come down here and say alert type of value. Alert type of value. So this type of operator will give us the type of data type that is stored inside value. So let's see what we have. It's Boolean, right? So now, since it's Boolean, I'd like to change this to type conversion. Okay, what about I change this to 10? Number, right? What about I change this to John? String. Okay, now this, I have given a lecture on strings and numbers. So please go back to my previous videos, go to a playlist on this channel and check other videos on strings and numbers so you have understanding of how string works and how number works. So now this operator here, type of, is used to give what? The type of data, or help you to know the type of data that is stored in a variable. Is that clear? Alright. So now what about, I want to have a string conversion. That is, I want to convert a variable from one data type to a string data type. So how do we perform that action? Let's change this. Let's say we have let's change this to number 24. Now let's see. 24, obviously we know that it's what? Number, right? Now let's see. How can we achieve this? It's simply we just change this. Okay? We'll change this to string. Alright? Sorry. Okay. Alright. So if I should open this in my browser, you see, string, sorry, 24. Now, it's giving us 24, right? But we want to know what kind of value is stored. Okay, so this method will not give us the right answer. What we'll do? Let's create a new variable. Let's say convert type convert. So let's give it let's just copy. Let's copy what we have here. I'll cut it and paste there. Okay, because we have converted what is stored as what? What's stored as what? Value to string. Now let's look at type of type converts. So what do we have? Is string. You can see that. So now I can work with this data as a string, not as a number. Okay. Now please, working with strings, please go back to our previous class. The links on the video above here. So check it and see how you can understand that better. Okay. So that is that on string conversion. So if you want to convert from one data type to string, simply use the keyword string with the uppercase S letter before the variable name. Alright? So and the string will be the data will be converted to string. Alright. So how about we want to convert numeric data? Okay? How do we convert numeric data? So the same way applies to numerics. We use what? Number. We use number. Okay? So let's say I have, this is a string, for example. Alright? If I should comment this out so you understand that it's a string, if I should comment this out now and change this to value, you see it's a string. If you remember in our previous class we talked about string. Whenever you see anything inside quotes, it's called string. Now let's take this off. Let's convert it to number. So what do? I will just remove this and put number here. So this will give me what? Number dot type. Alright, that will give me number data type. Okay, so explicit conversion is usually required when we read a value from a string based source like a text form, but expect a number to be entered. Okay, so if the string is not a valid number, the result of such a conversion is a what? In NaN, not a number. Alright, so how do I mean by that? Let's take an example. If I have something like this, um, if I have something like this is a good way, a good day. This is a good day. Now, if I should convert this to number and export, you see it's a number, right? Good. But what if I alert, just change this. Okay, alert was there. I get in NaN. The fact that you're able to convert a string to number does not mean that it will display it as a number for you, because explicit conversion is usually required when we read a value from a string based source like a text form, but expect a number to be entered. Okay, so if a string is not a valid number, the result of such a conversion will be NaN. Alright, that is why you are getting NaN here. If a string is not a valid number, the result of such conversion is NaN. Is that clear, please? Alright, I believe it's clear. Okay, so this is how you convert between string to number and number to string. Alright, we also have Boolean conversions too. This is the simplest one of them all, because it happens in a logic operations. Okay, we will look at logical operations later on when we are discussing. It happens in a logical operations. So let's say the same thing applies to. So we can have what? A Boolean at the front here. So when converting, so I can just put it here. When converting, these are the keywords to use. Number one, number. Number one, number. Number two, string. Number three, Boolean. So these are the keywords you can use when converting. Okay, you can use a number to convert to number, from string to number. You can use your string to convert from number to string, or you get same thing applies to Boolean. Please, if you have any question, please don't forget to drop it in the comment section below. Okay. The basic operators we have in JavaScript. When you say 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, in mathematics, this first 2 here, let me just change it to 3. The 3 here is considered what? Operand. This 2 here is an operand. This 3 is an operand. Why this plus here is an operator. Okay? In other words, an operator acts on operands. Okay? These are examples. Your plus is an operator. Your times, your minus, your division, they are all operators. Okay? So, in JavaScript, we have what we call a unary operator, a binary operator, okay, and a ternary operator. Okay, we have the unary, the binary, and what? The ternary. So, like I said, you know what an operand means, right? An operand is what operators are applied to. Okay? An operand is what an operator are applied to. Why your operator is what acts on the operands. Okay? So, when we say unary operator, that is, it has one operand and one what? Operator. Example, if I should have something like this, let's change this. I'll just remove what I have here. So let's say I have 5 as my value here. Okay? If I come down here and say y is assigned minus value, then I want to alert y. Alert y. So what do I have? I have minus 5. Okay? Open my laptop. So I have minus 5. Okay? Minus 5 there means what? Minus is an what? It's an operator. Why the 5 there is the operand. Right? You got it right. So the value here is what? Guess right. Guess. You got right. You got it. The value here is what? Operand. Why the minus is what? Operator. So this is an example of what? A unary operator. A binary operator. So let's say I have let's y is assigned 4. So if I should say y plus value, I should have 9. Okay, I should have 9. So that case, it is called what? Binary. Why? Because you have two operands. Why? Because you have two operands. You have operand 1 and operand 2. Okay, because you have operand 1 and operand 2. So this is what? An example of what? A binary operator. A binary operator. So examples of operators that we can use are addition operator, subtraction operator, multiplication operator, modulus operator, otherwise called remainder. Then we have exponential operator. How does modulus operator work? This is it. If I say y, or let's use there's a value modulus y. Now this symbol that you call percentage in mathematics is actually called modulus or remainder. Okay, so if I should come down here and run this, I have 1. Why is it giving me 1? Yes. 4 will go to 5. How many times? 1. Remainder, how many times? 1. So what happens? It drops, it displays the remainder and cut off the other part of it. Now let's change this value to 3. So let's see what we have. 2. Good. So in other words, 3 we're going to remain 5 times 5. How many times? 1. Remember how many? 2 to display 2. So in a situation where when you are coding and you want to display the remainder of a value or of an operation, so you use what? A modulus symbol. Is that okay? You use modulus symbol. Alright? Then finally, you can also use the exponential or power. If you remember, we talk about math.power in the numbers. Please, if you've not watched numbers, the class we had on understanding numbers in JavaScript, please go back to the video. Go to the playlist on this channel, check for the video and watch it, understand it. Okay, so you know how to work with numbers. Alright, so in that video, we talk about math.power there. Alright, please go back and check it very well. So you can use either math.power to create a raised to power of a number. So let's say 3 raised to power 2. Okay, you can do that, or you can say 3 exponential 2. So if I should come down here and say 3 exponential 2, or I could say value exponential 5 or 3, sorry, y. So my exponential here would be what? Asterisk twice. So if I should run this now, I'm saying 5 raised to the power 3. I'll have 125. Okay, so this 5 exponential 3. So this 2 asterisks means what? It means exponential. Is that okay? Is that okay? That's it. 5 exponential 3. Alright, so now let's look at how we can concatenate strings with a plus sign. Now, plus sign, in that same video, I talk about plus sign having a multipurpose function. The plus sign can serve as a concatenator. Okay, it can serve as a converter. Then it can also serve as an addition operator. So now let's say I have a string here. I have this to be my. Then I have this to be goes. So if I should do this, it will join those two strings together, my goals. Exactly. What if I want a space in between that text? I'll put an empty quote as a string there, then put a plus here. You see, this is a plus, this is an empty space. This is a space inside an empty quote. Value plus space plus y. I created space in the text. See, my goals. My goals. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, please. If you are enjoying the tutorial, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Like our videos and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, so the plus operator can be used to what? Concatenate. Now it means to merge. Concatenate means to merge. But note, if any of the operand is a string and the other one is, then the other one is converted to what? A string too. What if I have something like this? One, two. You see, I have 12 because it joined 1 and 2 to give me 12. So if any of the operand is a string, the other one is converted to a string also. It doesn't matter whether the first operand is a string or the second one is a string. As far as one of them is a string, it converts the other one to string. So you can go ahead and try other examples yourself and see how it will turn out to be like. So what about the using it as a converter? Good. Let's say I have this is a string, right? 1. If I come down here and say let y plus value, and I alert y, watch what happens. To give me 1, right? But what kind of data type is 1? Type of y. Number. Wow. But we had string here. What happened? Yes. This plus sign here helped to convert from number, from string to number as a unary converter. Is that clear now? So when you are going through people's codes, when you're going through other people's tutorials or other programmers' codes, and if you see something like this, you shouldn't get confused. You now know what it is done. And you now know when you are writing your own codes, how to use them. Okay? How to use them. Alright? But there are times when you have like something like this, 1px. If you try to use this to convert, you have error. I discussed this immensely in video understanding numbers. Please go back and check that video. Please go back and check that video. Okay? Go back and check that video. You see, I explain why to give you NaN there. Go back and check that video. But I will just say now the reason we are getting NaN because you can't use plus to convert a string to number when it contains characters. The best thing to do is to use what? Pass ints. Please go back to that video. Pass ints. Go back to that video and watch that video. Go back to that video and watch that video. Okay? And watch that video to give you 1 here. You see? It truncates a px. I explained why there. Please go back to that video and watch that video so you understand it better. So you now know when to use plus, when to use pass int, and when to use what? Number. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section below. If an expression has more than one operator, the execution order is defined by their precedence or by their default priority order. Okay? By their precedence. So in order of precedence, plus in order of precedence, plus comes from minus for exponential, asterisk, division. So please go back and go. You can go to Google and type precedence table. go to Google and type precedence table, so you get to understand. You see the picture of the precedence table there, and you get to understand it better. Hmm? All right. We can chain assignments. Okay. We can chain assignments. We can chain assignments operators. We can chain assignment operators. So there are times when you can do something like this. So you can say let A B C, for example. All right. Then A is assigned chain B, assigned C is assigned 2 plus 3. If you don't understand what this mean, please go back to our video where we talk about variables, JavaScript variables. We explain everything there on what A, B, C. This kind of definition, it means they're undefined. All right. So if I should come down here and alert A alone, I will have what? 5. Okay. If I should come down here and alert B, I will have 5. If I should come down here and alert C, I will also have 5. All right. So this is how you chain variables. Okay. You can chain variables, and chaining assignments evaluate from right to left. Okay. First, the rightmost expression is evaluated, and then assigned to the variables on the left from C, B, and A. So at the end of the day, all the variables share a single value. All the variables will share a single value. All right. All right. So now let's look at increment and decrement operators. Increasing or decreasing number by 1 is among the most common numerical operations that you can perform while programming. Okay. For example, let's remove this line. Okay. And let's assign it to 4. Then I come down here and I say counter plus plus. Okay. Or let me say A plus plus. Since I'm using A plus plus. Then I allot A. I have 5. So plus plus here have what? Incremented it by 1. If I use minus minus, it has decremented by what? By 1. Okay? It is worthy to note that increment and decrement operators can only be applied to variables. If you are applying it to values, it will have error. Okay? It will have error. Okay? You can only apply these operators to variables. Please note that. You can apply this operator to variables. Okay? Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Alright. These operators, as this increment and decrement operator, can be placed either before or after a variable. Okay? It can be placed either before or after a variable. When the variable goes after when the operator goes after your variable, it is in postfix form. When the operator goes after the variable, it is in postfix form. Example, like this, as you have here. Okay? This is a postfix form. But the prefix form is when it comes before the variable, like this. Okay? So either of the way, if it's coming either postfix or prefix, they are both doing the same thing because it's either increasing counter by 1 or decreasing it by 1. Okay? But there's a difference. There's a difference. How can we see the difference, slight difference? All operators return a value, true or false? True. The prefix form returns the new value, while the postfix form returns the old value before the increment. Get the logic? Get the logic? The postfix form returns the value, it returns the old value before the increment or decrement, while the prefix form returns the new value. Okay, take an example. This is right. Let's make this I have 5, right? Good. This is what? Prefix. It returns the new value, right? Now, let's change this to postfix. Or let's make this let's make this what do I do now? Okay, good. I know what to do. Now let's make this. Let's say let's b, for example, okay, is assigned 4 plus plus. Okay. Now let's alert b. Sorry, it's not 4 plus plus. It's error. A plus plus. Let's alert b. What are you having? 4. See that now? You're having 4. But come down here. You're having 4. Why? Because the PostFix form also increment counter but returns the old value. The PostFix form returns what? The old value but increments counter. Now, if I should change this now, I have 5 because the prefix returns the new value. So you should understand when to use it. So basically, if you would like to increase a value, okay, take note, and immediately use the result of the operator, then you need to use a prefix form. Okay, if you are increasing the value and you want to use the result immediately, then use the prefix form. But if you would like to increase a value but use the previous value, you need the postfix what form. You understand now? Use the postfix form. So I've given you how, when to use it. If you want to use the old value, but you want to increase the value, but still use the old value, you use the postfix form. But if you want to increase the value and use the new value, use the prefix form. All right. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications. See you in our next class. Bye bye.